A little while ago, I viewed a video featuring Stephen Meyer and I think it was Frank Turek. Of course, I can't find it now. There's so much stuff on YouTube, but I downloaded the transcript. So I'm going to put Stephen's words on screen as text. Not entirely. It only supplies the variation. Well, that's a claim, Stephen. What do you mean by dominant? It's a value judgment. If you mean numerically, we are less successful than many species of insects and bacteria. This is a rabbit hole. Fallout may have accelerated the mutation rate a little, but he is overlooking the fact that before oxygen was liberated into the atmosphere, when there was no ozone layer to filter out UVB and UVC, so mutation was very much faster back then. Insufficient knowledge is being displayed here, possibly with an underlying agenda. Yes, so anyone with children or siblings knows that there's variation. We are not all photocopies of each other. I like that analogy. Mutation provides the ingredients. Think of the breakfast cereal aisle in the supermarket. That's the archive of past variations. And then think about all the new breakfast cereals continuously being produced. That's mutation happening now. But going shopping for ingredients is not how you bake a cake. You have to follow the method of the recipe, measuring the ingredients, mixing them, and cooking. You have to do the chefing. Similarly, mutation is not the mechanism for changing populations. Natural selection does the chefing. He's trying to imply that mutation only produces science fiction mutants. Yes, the owners of morbid trait die out before breeding. They are dead ends. That's natural selection in action, bringing about failure to pass on the traits. Evolution requires the owners of new variations to survive and breed, thereby passing them on. You see, he's trying to make out that random mutations are all bad. Bad. There's no such thing as bad or good for an organism. He is assuming that species are fixed, which is untrue. I did an earlier video about this and will link to it in the details. In fact, many businesses rely on the fact that mutations can produce organisms that are better suited for their purposes. That is, not intrinsically better, but commercially more valuable. Natural selection does not do guidance. This is a gross misconception. Evolution doesn't deliberately invent or genetically engineer anything. New variants continuously appear. If the environment changes, some of those variants may be better adapted to the new conditions and will leave more offspring. Evolution did produce every feature of every living organism, but he's making out it's incredible. And because he has personal incredulity, he claims that he knows a better explanation which doesn't require any evidence. Is he being naive, disingenuous, or is he really this ignorant? Variations just happen. Environmental conditions change, and some variants succeed more than others, while some die out. Natural selection may not be the best description. Perhaps natural deselection would be better. Either way, no agent is required. Evolution does not have intentionality. Of course, peddling this misinformation is how he makes his living.